what the hell is going on in Milwaukee? I just finished talking about that a little while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on. Doc Rivers is 3-7 as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Fair.
They have looked better defensively.
They have
looked better defensively, but they ain't winning.
Yeah.
And Chris Middleton's a problem. He ain't what he used to be. Drew Holiday is no longer there, so you're not getting that defensive tenacity from the backcourt spot. Damian Lillard, you know he's an all-star. He's gonna be here. He's gonna tear. He's gonna put it on, but he hasn't been what we've grown accustomed to seeing Dame Dollar be.
Mm-hmm.
And Giannis is conspicuously quiet since Doc Rivers has arrived, and he's just letting it flow, even though he's still putting up numbers. Your thoughts about the Milwaukee Bucks?
Last night, I watched him play against the Jazz. I'm sorry, watched Grizzlies.
Yes.
And watched the 19-year-old Gigi Jackson walk past his defender 100 times. I'm like, something's not right. The defense is better, but it's not as good as you need it to be if you want to win that championship. The offense, when they was with Adrian Griffin, is like the third best in the league. It was cool, and that was carrying them to the 30-13 record before Adrian. That offense is not carried over in the 10 games of Doc Rivers. A lot of that is Dame shooting less than 30% from three on his high volume. A lot of that is Chris Middleton not playing because the numbers say that when Chris Middleton, Giannis, Dame, and Brook Lopez on the court together, that's like the best lineup in the league.
Right.
But if you can't keep Chris healthy, and we're talking about April, May, and June, that's when it matters the most. We just talked to Kendrick Perkins a little while ago, and we asked him, of course, as a guy that played under Doc and has been through a 14-year NBA career, what is it like to see that coaching change in the middle of the season? He says it's hard, and it might take some time. And Kendrick predicted, as with all his knowledge, that after the All-Star break, it'll look better. I don't know if I have that same optimism because I think about them going into a series against Boston. And though they will have the best player in that series in Giannis, JT is playing amazing.
I don't know if they would have the best player. I don't know about that. As great as Giannis is, when are we going to give Jason Tatum some love?
Tatum deserves all the love.
It's not Kenny B. Does Jason Tatum not deserve to be considered a top candidate for league MVP honors?
He should.
Best team, best record.
Best team, best record, and still 28 a night. Like, he's doing that.
28 a night.
But he's not better than Giannis.
Well, I'm not saying, well, listen, you can put it that way because Giannis is dominant. But you know what? I can't just take for granted if I send Jason Tatum to the free throw line.
Yeah.
I can do that to Giannis. I can't just take for granted that I'm going to give Jason Tatum a jump shot, but I can do that to Giannis. Now, Giannis is 6'11". He's a thoroughbred. He's a greyhound. He can attack the basketball further better than anybody in the game. But there are offensive deficiencies to Giannis, which is why I can make an argument about Tatum.
Yeah. But I see them go to that finals against the Phoenix Suns when they needed the most. He shot, 16 of 17 from the free throw line?
Yeah, that's true.
50-point game.
We ain't seen it since. That's like bringing up the fact that I made 17 straight three-pointers when I was trying out for Winston-Salem State. I ain't do the shit since.
It's been a minute.
I mean,
it's been a minute.
I ain't do it since. I mean, that don't
It's been a
count.
minute. You're right.
All right, we ain't seen Giannis do that ever since. And oh, by the way, don't get me started. He was playing against DeAndre Ayton.
He was. And
Okay,
Aiden is a whole other story.
I mean, please,
it's a whole other story.
He's in Portland using snow blowers to get out of his driveway
Yeah.
and stuff just to get to games.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, again, Phoenix was undersized. Frank Kaminsky was the back. I mean, even he got hurt. So we can't go by that. You got to look at the circumstances. And what about Giannis?
I do trust Giannis. Big lights, big stage. I'm going to ignore the fact they lost to the 8th seed last year.
Right.
Let's go past that. But every other scenario, we've seen him rise to the occasion. Same thing with Tatum, too. I mean, Tatum had 51 in the Game 7 against the 76ers a few years, or last year. So
Well, last year he got hurt.
he did end up, he did get hurt. But I'm still thinking Giannis is the best in that series.
Do you still feel Boston is the team to beat, even if they're going to jack up 44 threes a game?
I do not like that they're dead last in paint attempts. It's never been a recipe to win a championship. It never has. And if it was going to happen, it would be this year just because the league is just evolving to the point where the three-point shot is superior to everything. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you in the NBA Finals series, sometimes those shots ain't going to fall. So what do you do then? Yeah. And the Celtics haven't been able to figure that out just yet.
My personal opinion is I think there's a difference between Ime Udoka and obviously Mazzulla. I just do. Now, I'm not saying Mazzulla can't coach, but he ain't no Ime Udoka. My New York Knicks.
It's kind of rough in the moment, but like big picture.
I'm not concerned.
You shouldn't be.
You know why? Because if they were healthy, Tom Thibodeau would be running them into the ground. They wouldn't have anything left come playoff time. But because he don't know how to act, you understand? Them being hurt works for me.
Yeah.
As long as they get back in time to work off the rust and they're ready for the postseason.
And they should. OG's injury happened perfect time. He got this whole week to chill, no basketball games. I'm excited about the Knicks, man. I ain't never been able to say that in my lifetime.
That's right. I don't think Miami nor Cleveland beats the Knicks this year.
I'm not mad at that.
All right?
I'm not mad at that.
Jaime Jaquez is better than I thought.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he was that damn good. Lakers?
I got no comment about the Lakers.
Why not?
No trade at the trade deadline. They've been looking better.
You sure they should? They don't have any assets.
That was my thing. They don't have any assets, and obviously nobody else was making moves either. So it's like, are we going to overpay for Murray? If he makes us 3% better, we can wait till the offseason. We have 3 first-round picks. As long as Bron is cool, I'm cool if I'm the Lakers. But we don't know if Bron is cool. He had the Knicks towel on. He had the Knicks warm up walking into the arena.
I wouldn't mind seeing LeBron come to New York.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I don't think I've ever forgiven him for leaving Miami to go to Cleveland. I never recovered until he went to L.A., and then I somewhat forgave him. But now, the thought of him going to New York City would definitely appease me, even though I know that it's not going to happen in all likelihood. Who's the team to beat out West? Is it still Denver?
I'm still giving Denver the nod, even though lately it hasn't looked pretty. But they did go through this around January last year where they lost like 5 straight, and people were like, what's going on? And then we got to the playoffs, and they were the best team easily. So I'm still giving them the nod. But other than that, the Clippers are my 2.
Well, I'm worried about Zubac and Plumlee and what they'll be able to do against Jokic. And obviously, when Jamal Murray's in the lineup with Jokic, they're like 28-11. They're a 500 team with one or the other is out of the lineup. So I got to keep my eyes on that. I'm also keeping my eye on the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You like them?
I love Anthony Edwards.
For sure.
The combination of Karl Anthony Towns with Rudy Gobert gives you something defensively. But I think Anthony Edwards is the kind of dude that has infused something culturally into the Minnesota Timberwolves, where they ain't gonna bow out as easily as they did last year.
I like
What's your
that.
thoughts about that?
The thing that scares me a little bit about them is that we do have a lot of fourth quarters where the offense get very dry. And I think about a playoff series, you can't have that happen more than once in a series. And that thing that scares me a little bit.